Hello there. Welcome to Marketing Management N4. So we're going to look at the question paper of November 2024. So in terms of our first question, it reads, name 5 marketing management tasks. And the tasks that we have got planning, organizing, leading, coordination, control. Then we move on to the next part whereby it reads, intermediaries bridge the gap between manufacturers and consumers. Set for examples of intermediaries, we have retailers, wholesalers, agents, sponsorship. So we move on to the next question. Briefly describe 6 characteristics of cultures, whereby we have these characteristics as I mentioned. So on the next question, list 2 types of subcultures. So in terms of subcultures, we have nationality, religion, race, and geographical living area. Then on the next question, identify 4 prerequisites or conditions of market segmentation. 4.5, and these are the responses that we have. Then 4.6, explain 2 disadvantages of concentrated market segmentation. So on 4.6, this is what we have. Then moving on to 4.7, give 2 advantages of secondary data in market research. So we have on this part, and of course, our question is got 50 marks. So we move on to the next question. Question 5, read the scenario below and then answer the question that follow. So you're given a scenario of Coca-Cola's marketing strategy that you need to read. Then we have a continuation of the information given. Then 5.1, identify 4 variables that make up the internal environment of Coca-Cola. So 5.1, our responses, carbon mission, carbon vision, our marketing goals, our marketing strategy, our marketing mix. And move on to the next part whereby we've got 5.2. So our responses are to 5.2. In terms of our 5.3, this is our question for 5.3. And then we move on to the responses. And then in terms of 5.4, and our responses are to 5.4. Then move on to our 5.5. Our responses are to 5.5. Move on to 5.6. Our responses to 5.6. 5.7. And we have our responses for 5.7 as indicated. Then we move on to the next part. Of course, our question 5 has got also 50 marks. Then we move on to our question 6. Next question on question 6. Complete the following sentence and write only your answer next to the question number in the answer book. A production-oriented organization will survive or prosper when. So our response is, these are the responses that we have when demand exceeds supply, or when no or poor competition exists in the market, or where a high volume is necessary to lower the price. Then we move on to the next part, which reads, we are given a scenario. Well, the question reads, calculate net profit, of which net profit is our total revenue minus our total expenses to get our answer. So this is the calculation that we have, and we get 75,000. Then we move on to the next part, which is now 6.3. A market consists of consumers who have various needs that must be satisfied. Mentioned four types of markets. So we have end user market, industrial market, resale market, government market, and international market. Then we move on to the next part, 6.4. Four reasons that may cause a dissonance in consumers. So 6.4, we have these are the responses that we have. 6.5. These four types of purchasing decisions that can be taken by consumers: routine decisions, extended decisions, limited decisions, impulsive decisions. And differentiated market segmentation is different from market aggregation because it generates higher costs. Set 6 examples of higher costs. 6.6. These are the responses. 6.7. Define probability sampling. And this is the description that we have. And then from there, I'll move on to question 7. So question 7, our first question reads, name 3 examples of ideas that can be marketed. So these are the ones that we have. And then on the next question, name 3 examples of places that can be marketed. Uh, 7.1.2. So we can see that for 7.1.2, these are the responses. And these are now our responses for our 7.3, 7.2. So 7.2 reads, name one method of gathering primary data. So on 7.2, 7.3, this is the question that we have and the responses to that. And we go to 7.4, name 3 benefits of differentiated market segmentation. 7.5, this is our question and our response. 7.6, 7.6.1, name the social trend that caused an increase in demand for the following products: washing machines. So this is what we have. And then on the second part, we have home fitness equipment. We have this part, and then on the next part, we have for the natural products. And on the last part, we have sugar-free soft drinks. And that marks the end of our question paper. Thank you for listening, and let's meet again in the next video.